Brian back here with a look at Rndr. Okay, this thing ended up making a really nice run here. All right, we're just putting a support line up there. All right, we ended up breaking them up above that. What was it, 297? Okay, so let's take a look at a couple things here. Okay, first off, I want to point out rounded bottoms. Anytime you see a rounded bottom on a coin or a token, that's a very, very good sign. All right, I used to watch a guy when I first got into crypto learning about it. He would say rounded bottoms pay the bills. All right, so very good to see. You can see the breakout area of this thing. You had a resistance line down through here, and this thing has just been ripping ever since. So let's go through a couple things. First off, let's take a real quick look at some volume. Let's see what we got going on here. If you haven't yet, please hit the like and subscribe, guys. I would appreciate that so very much. Look at that volume. Up 76%, $415 million. All right, $1.1 billion market cap. That puts us at number 49, $3.07. Okay, now, if we take and put a Fibonacci on this thing, we have blasted through them last levels, that 786. Remember, I always tell you guys, especially with these fibs, if you get through that 786 area, the thing really starts to blast off here. Okay, the next target up here is at $4. All right, on the Fibonacci. Now, I got something to show you here. All right, this looks like a 5-wave up. Right here, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now the reason I truly believe that is a trend-based fib. And if you don't know about all this stuff, guys, look into a level 3 membership. All right, I'm not trying to sell you nothing. Well, in a way I kind of am, I guess. But a level 3 membership for $15, you get 7 hours of my videos. All right, there's 17 or 18 videos in there teaching you how to use all this stuff, how to draw trend lines, resistance lines, everything I know. All right, so for $15, all right, you can be doing this stuff yourself. All right, that gets you access to them. A level 3 membership. Okay, it's well worth it, man. If I could rewind time to when I first got into crypto and ran across me, 4.5 years ago, I would have paid $15 for this in a heartbeat. You know how long it's taken to learn all this? How many thousands of hours and thousands of charts, and it's been a lot of work. Okay, but this trend-based fib is given a target up at $3.01. All right, that would have been 5 waves up. That's what makes me think that this was a 5-wave up. We just got an overextension up there to the what was it, 333? Yeah, 333. So up 7.83%. All right, so we could be getting a little bit of pullback from here. I would expect this area to hold up here, this 296 area. As you can see, it looks like we flipped that into support now. If we go out in a weekly, all right, you can see right here that was a major area here. There also is another area right up here, right there, that is a very good area. We're going to leave that marked, and we're going to pull this one up because this was the top of that run there. All right, so it could consolidate in this area here, and we're going to put a trend line on here. The trend is your friend. All right, as long as it holds this trend line, this thing is in an upward trajectory. That's what you want. Okay, as long as it stays on this side of the blue line right over here, then we're in good shape. I apologize, guys, I caught a little bit of a cold that time of year. I work in the medical field, and unfortunately around a few sick people every day, so I ended up catching a little bit of a cold, so I apologize. But all right, here we go. Let's take a look at some RSIs and see if this thing is ready to cool off a little bit or not. All right, the weekly is right at the top, flip bearish, 87 and an 89. Looking, trying to correct here, but it is trying to flip back up again. Okay, we got our daily. It's still heading up. The daily looks beautiful. All right, which is the daily heading up like that. Might be heading to higher prices. Okay, do got a little bit of bearish divergence here. We got, we got this high, and we have a lower high on here. And if you go on price action, all right, the same exact areas is right here, and you have a higher high on price. All right, so a little bit of bearish divergence. We'll see if we break that or not. Need to obviously need to break up through here and break that, so we'll see if that happens or not. But right now we got a little bit of bearish divergence we're working on. The 12-hour RSI still heading up. It's at a 100 and a 77. The 8-hour has flipped bearish, and the 4-hour has flipped bearish. Okay, so could cool off here for a little bit. Some consolidation areas that I would be watching for here. There's a couple actually. Let's go to weekly. I like weekly support and resistance areas. The higher you go out, the weekly, the monthly, the better, the stronger the support areas. Like if you go on the monthly, all right, now you see here, this is a very good area here. And where these wicks end, them are very good support resistance levels. All right, this one up here, right at the top, right there, that the wick right there met right up with that. All right, and you can mix and match them with the weekly, but the weekly and the monthly is where you want to put your support resistance levels. All right, we got one right there. So let's take a look here. Let's zoom in. All right, that 4-hour. You got that resistance is up at 333. All right, if we would break through that, the next target is up here, right up here at about 357, 358. That would be the next target up. Some support areas here. Okay, you have major support here at 294 and $2.80. Okay, right now it is below the below this one at 308, as you can see if we zoom in here. Okay, so you have very, very good support at 280 and 294. All right, if we break 333, watch for 358 to come in. All right, if we zoom out here on the 4-hour, you can see we're having a little bit of a pullback here. Where could this pull back to? Let's put a let's take a look. All right, I don't believe it's going to pull back down to the 618 here. I think that's too low. Let's go out on a higher time frame here. That's about where it should be. That 618 would bring it down right about to that level. It could. All right, that would be right there. That's at 261. All right, I just don't see that happening right now, especially with the daily still heading up. All right, so there's your support and resistance levels, guys. I believe this could cool off for just a, maybe a day or two. That 12 hours still pushing up, so it could have one more push up. But it looks like, if you go into 1 hour here, you can see we've got rejected right at that at 333, and we're having that pullback. Now this area right here at 294, right about 294. This is proven to be very, very good support. 292, let's call it. All right, so if we hold that 292, that's great. If not, watch for $2.80 to be the next support area. Okay, and just like I said here, if it breaks to 333, watch for 358 to come in. All right, so Rndr's looking fine. All right, just getting some RSIs up there a little high. The 1 hour is about reset, so the 1 hours could start pushing up a little bit more, but this thing's looking fine overall. The weekly, like I said, that's out of 87. Do we have a monthly? Yeah, a bullish monthly. 91 and a 79. All right, so if we come out on this thing, the next Fibonacci levels are going to be off of here. Right about there. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on these levels. If it breaks through that 343, this thing could really start gaining some steam. You know, it has an all-time high up around 788, so it's looking good. It's doing very, very well. We put this fib the whole way up the top here. You know, we're at the 382. You know, a normal retracement would bring this thing up to $5. That could be weeks down the road or months down the road, but you know, could very well happen. We'll have to see what happens here. But right now, Rndr's looking good. Could have a short-term pullback and then start watching for higher prices here. Thanks a lot, guys. Please hit the like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.